This is Solo people, and welcome to episode 37 of the Debrief, the Dutch GP. This video should have been done a couple of weeks ago, but again, sometimes things get in the way, but we're doing it now. We're going to try and get these videos, these audio podcasts more regular. Now we've got the break coming up now. So listen, guys, remember, if you're listening to it on iTunes, you're listening to it on Stitcher, you're listening to it on Spotify, remember to recommend the video to your friends. Or if you're listening to us or you're watching us on YouTube, remember to smack that like button and subscribe if you may. So, enough of all that selling that. I'm going to bring in my coach, who's my partner in crime. He's TOTO Ama. Welcome, TOTO Ama. Big up, man. Let's face it, guys. What it is, yeah. We're supposed to do this podcast. We started doing the podcast, but we didn't hit the record button, so we had to go back. That's why we're laughing. But anyway, how you doing, TOTO?
Yeah, doing well. One on the weekend in karting. Glad about that one. If you want more information on that, go on my Twitter page. And then everything's there, man. Everything's there.
Man. Look, Pete, you got. Listen, TOTO, listen. People listen to it on the podcast, man. Sell it, man. This guy, TOTO Hammer, there was 30 people on the track, yeah, and he got 7th in qualifying, and he probably could have got more because there was loads of cars there. But when the race started, he ended up winning and getting a trophy. All pictures and videos are all on his X. So go remember to follow him on X at TOTO Hammer 44. He's on there now. Or you got the link up there. Look, there's a scan. Scan the QR code, and that'll go straight to all his channels and watch all his footage. He knew what he was doing, man. He won. He won out of 30 people. He won. And a lot more. There's a lot of experienced drivers. Even though TOTO Hammer's experienced as well, there was other experienced drivers, and he got the win. He got the W, man. Congratulations. Congratulations, TOTO Hammer, man. Well deserved. Big up, my friend. So, we're going to start talking about the Dutch GP now. Briefly, we know it's called Debrief. So, we're not going to really, not 30, 40 minutes. It's just going to be a quick video or quick audio if you listen to on the podcast. Now, the weather for over the weekend regarding the Dutch GP was horrendous. Very windy. It was raining in parts of it as well. The thing about it as well, where this is in Netherlands, it's right by the beach. So if you're right by the beach, there's going to be a lot of wind anyway. So it's right by the beach. Plus, we had the bad weather. So the teams were struggling what wing to put on. They weren't sure how to, go at it. So in practice, it was different to the race. So they had to get all the tools right. They had to get the wing right. They had to get the lift. What do you call it again? The thingy right. The ride height right. It had to be right, perfect for the race. And going into the race, not every team did not know what to do. They basically had to guess the setup because the weather was unpredictable, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So, regarding that, Lando Norris got the win. And congratulations. But obviously, it wasn't all sun and roses at the beginning. So, I'm going to let you take this from here, TOTO. Go over it.
Yeah, I just think that at this point of time, Lando needed to work on his starts. It's shown. We've been waffling about that all season, but it's true.
Yeah.
A start of the race is really, really crucial. If you're first place and you're in a comfortable position, you could just control the pace and cruise home. That's what you can do, really. But as a second place man, you've got two options. You either do time managing and try keep the same pace, or you just chase through the rest of the race. And in professional racing, especially Formula One, couple laps will go for it, and after a couple laps later, then they start managing tires. Say if you're in a division like karting, for an example, right, you can just chase, and you don't have to worry about your tires because tires don't really wear out in karting. But if you're in a professional sport, it's hard if you're in second place, because if you're spending most of the race time managing, you got first place just controlling the pace and just cruising right, it's hard. But the thing is, what I liked about Lando today, that he came back and his strategy was really, really good.
Yeah.
Verstappen started to lose grip, but Lando's time managing allowed him to have more longevity. So I mean, time managing is really, really important. Lando managed his tyres really, really well, which allowed him to have more grip than Max towards the end of the race.
Yeah, but let's face it. Yeah, look, when Max Verstappen steamed off in front, the difference was Lando. I don't think Lando panics at all because I think his engineer said to him, "Just go get him," and he did go and get him. And when he did pass him, he finished 22 seconds in front in the race. 22 seconds in front. He finished in front of Max Verstappen. 22 seconds. That's what he's clocking up on here. 20. It's 22.8 seconds. He finished in front of Max Verstappen. Because when Max Verstappen steamed off in front, he knew he could catch him. And that's the difference in the confidence of Lando Norris and the difference in the car. That car is the fastest car on the grid. That's it. We don't know who's second at this point. We don't know who the second fastest is. There's an argument that it's Red Bull. There's an argument that it's Ferrari on certain days, certain tracks. Depends what track it is. Monaco, maybe. That's probably Ferrari's track. And Azerbaijan, that's probably Ferrari's track. But overall, the McLaren is the fastest car. Everybody knows that. So, Lando Norris, what I liked about this race is, even when Max Verstappen got the best start, like you just said, he needs to work on his starts. He does. He needs to work on his starts because that will cost him. If you've got two drivers who have got similar cars and the other one gets a better start, obviously it's going to be pressure on Lando Norris. Lando Norris needs to work on his starts. The need to work on his starts. And I think, even though I think the pits are okay, when they go into the pits, I want to see them get even better on the pits because that's what Red Bull works on. Red Bull works on their pitting because that can help you as well in the race. Little things like that, little tweaks can help you to win a world title. So hopefully when next season starts, when Lando Norris comes in, hopefully the world champion, when they come in, that over the winter that they've worked on the starts and have worked on the pits. I want to see a superhuman pit team. We're coming and they get under sub-second, one of them ones that I think used to get 1 second or 1 point something seconds. That's what I want to see when they go into the pits. That's what I want to see from McLaren, because if they get that right and they carry on with this development, that they're going to be the best car next season as well. So, regarding the race, Lando Norris, I thought, like I said, there was people coming off in the cars, even during practice as well. Thingy's car went, Hulkenberg, he went off in turn one. That was during the practice as well. Crashed his car in turn one. It was very windy in practice 2. I think practice 2 was the practice where I had the most wind because Hamilton was struggling in every sector. And Sainz had a problem with his axle as well. So, but he came back for the race. But he had a problem with his axle. I don't know what happened. They said, I thought it was an engine blowout. I thought that was the first. But they said it was something to do with his steering. Again, that could be down to the wind as well. So you're going around there about 100 miles per hour on one of them turns, and you suddenly jerk your wheel, the axle can go. It's happened before many times in Formula One. So, what was your overall thing regarding this before we sign out? Because it's coming to the 10-minute mark now.
I'm just glad that Lando's put more points on the table.
Yeah,
because of course Max pulled away a big gap, and of course Lando had DNFs as well. But all Lando has to do is just focus on support from his teammate and just getting the points on the board, just getting top 3, just finish ahead of Max. You know what I mean? Just finish ahead of Max, right? And just getting them podium positions, because he needs to get as much points as possible. McLaren need to work together for Lando and McLaren to win the title. Of course, they more care about the McLaren, the constructors' title, but they've got to worry about the drivers as well, because drivers are driving for their team for constructors' points. So they need both the drivers up there anyway. So I'm glad that Lando won and put points on the table.
Yeah. And that's it, man. That's the debrief. Sorry, it was a bit quick today. We just had to go through it very quickly. We've still got 2 more videos to get through, which we're going to be uploading on the podcast as well. Remember, guys, smack that like button if you're watching on YouTube. And remember, if you're listening on the audio, the iTunes and the Spotify, remember to recommend the podcast to your friends as well. It really helps us on the podcast as well. I've been getting some feedback from iTunes saying that your video ratings are going up a little bit. I looked on the analytics and it's looking good, and this is why I want to go with the audio as well. So eventually, if I could just kill it with the audio, I'll just do audio. That would just, you know what I mean? I just love it. I love the audio podcast. So I'm going to be signing off now, guys. Remember to hit that like button and everything else. See you later, guys. And for all the people listening to on the audio, big up to you guys as well. Bye.
On the brakes.